Hello friends, welcome to the channel Physics by IITians. In this video, we will discuss some very important tips before you join into PhD. So what are the things you should remember before joining a PhD? First, know your supervisor. So how do you know your supervisor? So check his or her Google Scholar profile or ResearchGate profile and see the amount of journal papers they publish in a year, or the impact factor of the journal paper, or sometimes the quality of the journal paper. So some reputable journals in physics, so if they publish in those reputable journals, that means the quality of research from the lab is quite good, and that also you will also that is expected that you will also do your research and publish your research paper in similar journals. So therefore you will have your publication that is of good journal papers of good quality. Another thing is how much novelty is the work. That also depends on the quality of the journal papers. So therefore if they publish good impact factor or good journal papers, reputable journal papers, even if they are not so called a good impact factor, but still you can say that the research quality is quite good. So that will give you good research profile, and that will further accelerate your career and your learning. Also the frequency of the journal paper from the lab, because if it is rarely one journal paper or even less than one per year, then you may reconsider how much active he or she is in the research in the research field, because it's very unlikely that you don't publish any paper in a year, even like not a conference paper, not a research paper. It could be something that you are doing a very good thing, that's why you don't publish research. But sometimes I feel like it could be a trap for the newcomers, because newcomers are more impacted by the results and the outcome. And if a newcomer who is a PhD student and is not getting publications for, let's say, 2 or 3 years, then he or she might be upset, and that could lead to him or her as a mentally depressed situation. When he or she will see all other students who are doing PhD, they are publishing and they are getting appreciation, and he or she is not getting any of them, that could be depressing. So therefore I prefer choose some supervisors where you can also publish some results earlier, even if they are not so much good impact factor or very reputable journal, but if they allow, that could boost up your confidence, and that is good for overall research profile, that you are sure, okay, I have published some journals, now I can go for some higher, I can have more time to get a reputable journal paper. So frequency of journal paper is also very important. So check that, and also try to figure out how much time the lab usually takes for the completion of the PhD. So completion means that thesis defended. Thesis defense is the last stage of a PhD. So if the duration of thesis defense is until within 5 years or within 5.5, let's say for India's situation, then it could be a good indication that you will finish your PhD within your fellowship duration. Because if you can't defend your PhD, or you can't submit your PhD within the duration of your fellowship, after that who will going to fund you? And let's say after 5 years you are still struggling to have your papers and you don't have any result to defend your thesis, so that is not good. So therefore it's very important you check that all your lab members, or most of your lab members, they pass or they completed their PhD within the duration they get the fellowship. So it is a good practice. So these things are very important, that you always keep remembering. Additional things you can check, that how much is the collaboration with the supervisor. If there is a facility that you go to some other lab for some research visit, it could be like 6 months, it could be like 1 year, but it is not at the same institute. You can go to some other foreign countries in Europe or in Singapore, or in other collaborating countries. So that is also a good indication that you will learn a lot. So collaboration matters, and also sometimes collaborations have good impact on your career because you have more network, and for further, if you want to do postdoc or some research position, you can directly approach to those collaborators, and if they have vacancy, they can take you immediately. So this way you can see, and also remember that what is the topic of research, if you are interested or not, because it's very important. If you are not interested in that topic, then maybe you don't like working on those topics. But most of the time master students don't have that much idea about research, but they can have some interest initially, but sometimes they get more interest once you are going through the process. So even if someone is more trying to do research on, let's say, nuclear physics, and they get opportunity in condensed matter physics, they could go for condensed matter physics, provided the fact that they are open to understand condensed matter physics. So it's okay to go outside of your interest if you get PhD outside of your interest, but you have to remember that you have to open for that first. So first try to learn the subject, and then slowly you will love the subject. So you need to be first open to learn the subject, and then you will love the subject, and then you can work on that subject with full dedication. And also make sure that initial PhD days are very important. So you try to work hard on initial days and try to get some results, try to understand your work problem or your proposal, and start doing your work from the first year of your PhD. Because if you don't do it initially, let's say you start your understanding your work after 1 year or after 2 years of your PhD, and then you will start doing things, then it will extend your PhD duration. So if you are keen to finish your PhD within your fellowship duration, then it's better to start from the day once you get the admission. Open yourself to learn more, and open yourself to understand the topic and find out the research problem by yourself, or maybe with your supervisor, because always the supervisor has more knowledge than you, therefore he or she will definitely help you to find out the research problem and start working on that problem. This is very important. So these are the basic things that you should search, and you should have some understanding before joining in the lab culture, the cooperation of the supervisor, the time duration of PhD, and the collaboration of the supervisor. These are the basic things that you should remember, and I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you, and please do subscribe our channel and share with your friends if you think this video is very helpful for you. Thank you.